Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've seen this face, hello, hi. My name is Topsy. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'll basically be showing you some of my tips and tricks. At the same time, I'm going to be showing you how I did an eye tutorial that was in a couple of videos back, or maybe the last video I posted. A couple of you did ask if I could, do a tutorial on how I achieved that eye look. I haven't done my brows because I also wanted to do that on camera, which I've never done. I do have an eyebrow tutorial which goes more into depth, which I would link somewhere in this video, so if you want to check that out. But my technique is pretty much the same, it's just that I'm using different products now. So anyway, let me not ramble for too long because I don't want to make this video super long. So if you want to see how I achieve my sort of soft glam Christmas sleigh look, then keep watching. I'm gonna start by spraying my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer water on my face. So this is what I do first, even before I do my brows. And now I'm gonna move on to my brows. I'm a brows before foundation kind of girl. And because I have oily brows, or my brows tend to get oily, I use the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector primer on my brows just to keep them looking matte for longer. I apologize for the state of my brows. I am actually growing them out, so that's why it hasn't been threaded yet. So we're gonna try and get this brows together. I'm gonna take my spoolie and brush that in place. I use two brow pencils. The first one is the Benefit Precisely My Brow and the color 6. And then for the rest of the brow, I use my Colourpop brow pencil in the color black and brown because this is much darker. So I use that sort of towards the half to the end of the brow. It's time to clean up the brows. And for this, I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer to clean that up in color Butterscotch. So that's the brows for now. So let's move on to the eyeshadow. Before I do my eyeshadow, I think I learned this trick from Makeup Shayla, where you put some foundation. Just because I always find, because I do eyeshadow first, you could tend to have some dark bits right there where you obviously, when you put your eyeshadow, you can't reach it. So I tend to put foundation just to make sure I don't leave out that area after I've finished my eyeshadow, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to use the same concealer that I used to clean up my brows on my eyes to make my eyeshadow pop more. Then we're going to set that with powder. And I'm using my Mercier translucent powder. So for this look, I apologize because I know how annoying it is when people use two palettes, but I did use two palettes for this look. So yeah, but if you have similar colors, you don't need to run out and buy this palette. But this were the two palettes that I used. The first one is the ABH Soft Glam, and the second one is the ABH X Jackie I Know palette. So for my transition color, I'm gonna go in first with the ginger shade from the Jackie palette, which is that one right there. That would be my transition shade. Then on top of that, I'm gonna go in the Soft Glam palette. I'm gonna go with Sienna, which is that color right there. So I'm just placing that pretty much, I'd say just under that ginger shade. So now we're gonna deepen the outer V a little bit. So for this, I'm gonna use a mixture of Aubrey, which is that one, and Cypress Umber, which is that one. I'm also gonna add just a touch of the black right there, just a little bit, not too much, just like a tap, just a tap of the black, just to further deepen. So now we're gonna go on to the lid color, and I'm gonna be using the Orange Soda, which is also in the Soft Glam palette. The only color that I used in the Jackie palette was the ginger, just for my transition. Then I'm gonna go back just to deepen that the outer V again. I'm gonna go back into that ginger color just to sort of blend everything together. So there it is. So I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. So the eyes are done for now. We're gonna come back to it. I'm gonna prep my skin for my foundation. The primer I'm gonna be using for today would be I use a combination of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, amazing primer, and the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I double up on my primers. So apply the Milk Makeup one first. And then on top of that, I put the Tatcha. I tend to sort of focus that more on the places where I have pores, which is around my nose more. Or I have large pores rather. So for today, the foundations we're using, or I'm using, is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the color New Caledonia. And I am trying out the Sheer Glow foundation by Nars. I've heard some great things about this foundation, so I picked one up during the sale just to check it out. And because I cannot use a foundation on its own, I have to mix. I'm deciding to sort of mix this too and see how it turns out. So I use about, I'll say 2 pumps of the Longwear Radiant one, and then I would use about a pump of the Sheer Glow. So I'm in the color New Caledonia in the Sheer Glow as well. So this is my first time trying the Sheer Glow. I've not tried it before, never used it. The handle of my foundation brush broke on me, but I actually like it as a kabuki, I guess that's what they call it. I love how it feels without the actual handle. So I've been using it without the handle. And then I go over it with my sponge just to get rid of any excess. And this is my LC sponge. So now we're going to go with concealer. And I'm going to go in a little bit with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Armande. Just use a little bit of this. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced concealer. I use the color Maple first. It's like 2 dots. And then we're going to go in with the color Butterscotch, which is a lighter color, just to highlight. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush just to blend out the perimeters so there are no harsh lines. So now we're going to set that in place with the Mercier powder. I'm going to highlight my nose a little bit. So I'm going to powder the rest of my face with my Makeup Forever Dual Matte powder and my e.l.f. powder brush. So now we're going to move on to contour. Picked up the Patricia Bright X Makeup Revolution blush, highlighter and contour palette. And this one is in the color Dusk Till Dawn. I believe this is the darkest one. I think she has 4 different shades, I think, ranging from light to dark. So I wanted to support Patricia, so I bought this. I didn't get the eyeshadow palette because I'm on an eyeshadow ban. I don't need any more, so I won't be buying any eyeshadows for a while. So I'm going to be using that one in the middle, the contour shade. So we're going to contour the nose, and I'm going to be using my MAC blunt for this because that contour one will probably be too dark. So for blush, I recently got this Bare Minerals powder blush called You Had Me at Merlot. Merlot, something like that. So I've been loving it. It's like a cranberry, I don't know, sort of shade. Now I'm gonna go on to lining my lids. I'm gonna do this off camera with my lashes, and I'll be right back. So lashes and eyeliner is on. So I'm now gonna we're gonna do the bottom lash line, and I'm gonna line this first with my MAC Feline pencil. Then we're gonna go into the palettes that I used, and I'm gonna use a combination of the Mulberry and Sienna under my lash line. I'm just gonna dip into Mulberry and dip into Sienna at the same time, and then so for my inner tear duct, I normally use my Dozo Colors highlighter in Mirror May. This highlighter is beat up. This is what I use for my inner tear duct. And this is also the one that I use for my highlighter on my nose. I also put a bit on my Cupid's bow. So it's my favorite time, you know, it's the highlighter time. If you guys know me very well and you've been watching me for a while, you would know that I'm all about the layering. I do put on too much highlighter. There, I said it. I'm very heavy-handed with my highlighter, so I do tend to put on a lot, but I'm not even mad about it. The first highlighter that I go in with is my Becca highlighter in chocolate geode. That's what it's called. It's so good for people with melanin. I mean, you can absolutely stop here, you know, but I don't. After that, then I go in with my Bobbi Brown highlighter in Bronze Glow. That looks like that. So we're going to put a bit of that and brush that on. And we can absolutely stop here, but we're not going to stop here because, like I said, I just do too much. So on top of that, just to complete the look, we're going to go with our Inglot highlighter, Sparkling Dust Face, Eyes and Body highlighter in number 3. And it looks like this. I'm sure I've shown you guys this highlighter before. I use it as a highlight topper. And you just want to, can you see that? This will blind all of your haters. I mean, if there's any time to go extra, it will be Christmas. So why not? So that is the look. Simple. I mean, this year I'm going for soft glam on the eyes. As much as I love the shimmer eyes, this year I'm going for soft, you know. So that's what I've decided to show you how I'm gonna be, you know, doing the soft look for this Christmas. So that I'll show you how I do that. So last but not the least are the lips. So the star of the show is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in the color Pioneer. And I absolutely love this red. This is drugstore, this is affordable, and it's such a beautiful red. So I'm going to put this on. So that's how the red looks like. This is that wonderful red that I've been obsessed with ever since I got it. And like I said, it's the Maybelline Liquid Lipstick in the Superstay Matte Ink. Absolutely love it. Absolutely in love with it. And I will definitely be rocking this on Christmas Day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup eyeshadow tutorial slash showing you my full face slash using new makeup products that I've recently picked up. What are my thoughts on the Nars foundation? Absolutely love it. Patricia's palette, I absolutely love. I only used the contour today, but I have used the blush and the highlighter, and it's really nice. It's affordable, and she did a great job. Congratulations on that collab with Makeup Revolution. So I enjoyed this. I would be using this going forward. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell to make sure that every time I upload a video, you will be the first to know. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to watch this video. I appreciate you. Have yourself a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Stay safe, and I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.